Here are the things to look out for if you think you have Marfan syndrome. There are things you can do at home to check whether you have the signs and symptoms on the outside. I'll go into the insides later, but first I'll show you the outside signs first. So as you can see, I've got long hands and long fingers. So yeah, with Marfan syndrome, we have long limbs. So this is one of the signs of Marfan syndrome. But you can see with my other hand, it's quite deformed. I've got a lot of nerve damage and I've got a lot of arthritis riddling through my fingers. So that's one sign you can look out for at home. So you're also able to do certain things with your fingers. Now I'm very flexible. I can do quite a few things. As you can see, my fingers are reaching every finger. And my thumb goes backwards as well. But there is a certain sign that you can look for, and if you can put your thumb right across there on both sides and you're able to wrap your fingers around it and your thumbs are still pointing out, that is a sign of Marfan syndrome. So another thing you can look out for when you have Marfan syndrome is scoliosis. Scoliosis is where the spine starts curving, so mine goes like that, and then it goes like on the opposite side as well, so mine goes all over the place. It's kind of like an S shape. So yeah, that's another thing you can look out for with Marfan syndrome. So as you can tell, I've got my trousers up quite high to show you my hips. My hips are quite wide, and that's quite a symptom. That's a symptom of Marfan syndrome, to have wide hips. My rib cage is like very close to my hip bone, so it's above there, and also then my arm span. Now I'm going to go right back. My arm span is extremely long, as you can see. It's around the same height as my body. And so that's the sign, is long limbs. So I've got long legs, long arms, long toes, but I'm not going to show you my toes. We don't want to go there. No, nobody likes feet. But anyway, long hands, long arms, long legs. So another thing to look out for is your feet. They may be flat-footed. Now, when I was younger, when I was about 3, I had daffos which were made for my feet, and they were like plastic, hard plastic, and they moulded my feet into an arch as I grew older. And as I grew older, my feet had like a sort of a natural arch, but it was there and it helped me with my walking. I struggled to walk until I was about 3, and I still struggle to walk now. Another symptom you may have is a clicky jaw. I have TMJ, where your jaw is like not working properly as it should be, and it cracks when you open. So now I've had surgery to do my jaw so it doesn't click anymore and I can't open it as wide. Another thing is a high arch in your mouth. So at the top of your mouth, I can put like half my finger in there, so the top of my mouth, the roof of my mouth is higher up than a regular person's. You also have crowded teeth, so overcrowded teeth. Your teeth are overcrowded. I've had to have a lot of brace work and dental work, and that has caused me to have straight teeth now, and I have lovely teeth. And also maybe an underbite. You might have an underbite with Marfan syndrome. That can happen as well. So another thing to look out for is loose jointedness. Now my joints pull out, so you can see the joint coming out the socket, but there. My hips do the same, my elbows, my shoulders do the same. I'm not going to show that on you, it's a bit gross. But yeah, that's another symptom of Marfan syndrome, but it can be anyway. Another symptom is pectus creatium and pectus excatium. So that's where the chest either goes inwards or outwards. So in other words, like a pigeon chest, some people call it. I think that's quite cruel, but we won't call it that. So my chest goes outwards, so my bone here in the centre comes out, and then some people's goes inwards. So yeah, and some people have surgery for this to correct the chest bone. So usually they are the classic signs to look out for if you have Marfan syndrome. The things you don't see is the things that are happening on the inside. For example, your eyes, your heart, your lungs, and your joints, your bones and things like that inside. So I'm riddled with arthritis and nerve damage and muscle wastage, and that is because of my condition, and a lot of people do have this problem as well. So the things you can't see are obviously the heart condition, the main thing that goes wrong with somebody with Marfan syndrome, and it can cause problems with the life expectancy, is your heart. Now, you can have mitral valve prolapse, which is the mitral valve becoming leaky inside your heart, which I have. Mine's quite mild, thank God. But yeah, a lot of people do have correction surgery for that. The main problem with Marfan syndrome, which causes death, is enlarged aorta. An enlarged aorta is where the aortic valve becomes too big for the heart, and when it becomes too big, it bursts and erupts, and you can die straight on the spot. So obviously that is got to be looked at every single year, because that can cause major problems otherwise. Causes breathlessness. You can hear it in my voice now. I get quite breathless. It doesn't matter if I'm talking, sitting, doing anything, I can get quite breathless. You can't do certain sports because of it, so you can't do high intensity sports. There's quite a few things that you can't do with an enlarged aorta, but it doesn't stop me from doing anything. Now we'll go on to the eyes. The eyes are another issue with Marfan syndrome. With your eyes, it can cause problems with short-sightedness. I'm actually short-sighted in one of my eyes more than the other. I am minus 15 in this eye and minus 4.5 in this one. So obviously that's quite bad. My glasses are quite thick, but I've had them thinned down. But a lot of people have it a lot worse than me. So yeah, it can cause glaucoma as well. And it can also cause subluxation of the lenses now, which I suffer with, which I'm waiting now to see if they go. So basically the lens starts fraying. So the lens under your eye starts fraying, and when your lens starts fraying, that's when it detaches and then it goes. And you need to have surgery on your eyes, because if you don't, you'll end up going blind basically. Another thing I forgot to mention with your heart, you can also have a murmur. Now I have a murmur and it's quite slight, but yeah, you can have a heart murmur with it. There are a lot of other things that go alongside with Marfan syndrome, but if you want to ask some questions, I'm always here in the comment section. So always just give me a message in the comment section, I'll get back to you straight away. But basically, if you have Marfan syndrome, look after yourself, make sure you stay safe, make sure you don't do high intensity sports, live your life to the full still, and just make sure you enjoy life and keep going and be positive. So take care guys, I hope that was informative for you.